The war between Android and Apple just keeps escalating to ever greater heights and has been the most engrossing story in the business and software market for several years now. But sorry to Android lovers, but the fact is that Apple is winning this war by a huge margin. It's been about 14 years since former Apple CEO Steve Jobs launched iPhone. Steve Jobs, former leader of Apple, was the father of the iPhone. He designed and created the iPhone, which marked a new era for the cell phone industry. Steve Jobs was a perfectionist who placed great emphasis on product design. Because Steve Jobs pursued perfection, iPhone has become increasingly popular ever since its debut in 2007. The legend of the iPhone is as fascinating as you can imagine. iPhone has indeed been the leader of its time. By 2015, Apple had sold more than 700 million iPhones. iPhone accounts for approximately 70% of the revenue of Apple, which is estimated to have a bank account of $200 billion. The design and development of the iPhone have a huge social impact because they encourage innovation in the cell phone industry. The success of the iPhone tells the cell phone industry how important innovation is. Before the release of the iPhone, the cell phone market placed more emphasis on the configuration of the phone than its design. After the success of the iPhone, the industry realizes that a good design could result in huge success and generate a lot of profits. Therefore, the industry began to evolve and paid more attention to the design of the cell phone. But where iPhones are made, how they are made, answering the question of where the iPhone is made isn't simple. If you are a proud owner of Apple products, then you must have seen the note on the company's packaging that its products are designed in California. But that doesn't mean they're manufactured there. It is surprising yet true that Apple designs and sells the iPhone, it doesn't manufacture its components. What is the meaning of manufacture? Manufacturing is the process of making the components that go into the iPhone. Apple uses manufacturers from around the world to deliver individual parts. The manufacturers specialize in particular items. Camera specialists manufacture the lens and camera assembly. Screen specialists build the display. In this video, I will tell you the story of how an iPhone in your hand is made. But before that, quickly subscribe to my channel, MH Tech Talk, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Coming back to the design. The design of every new iPhone starts at Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, California, but the resources needed to make this design a reality come from all over the world. The design and development of the iPhone are mostly done in the United States, especially in California, where Apple's headquarters is located. Apple said it sold its 2 billionth iOS device this year. To make this many devices requires an incredibly complex and far-reaching supply chain. Apple works with suppliers in 43 countries and 6 continents to make its products, and the chain gets even more complicated when you break it down into raw materials. Apple buys many of the components for iPhones, like the memory chip, the modem, the camera module, the microphone, and the touchscreen controller from more than 200 suppliers around the world. The components manufactured by those companies all around the world are ultimately sent to just 2 companies to assemble into iPods, iPhones, and iPads. Those companies are Foxconn and Pegatron, both of which are based in Taiwan. Foxconn, being the major manufacturer of iPhones, is hardly a surprise, while Apple sticking to Pegatron is big news after the Taiwanese company was put on probation following labor violations at a student's labor program. In November 2020, Apple discovered that Pegatron was using student workers in factories in mainland China. Due to this, Apple suspended their business with Pegatron and stated that they would not grant the company any new business until this practice was ceased. It is confirmed that Foxconn and Pegatron will still be manufacturing a major part of the iPhone 13 units. Foxconn's facilities in Zhengzhou cover 2.2 square miles and can employ up to 350,000 workers, many of whom earn about $1.90 an hour. The operation does what is called FATP, or Final Assembly, Testing, and Packaging. There are 94 production lines at the Zhengzhou manufacturing site, and it takes about 400 steps to assemble the iPhone, including polishing, soldering, drilling, and fitting screws. The facility can produce 500,000 iPhones a day, or roughly 350 per minute. After the iPhone rolls off the assembly line, it is placed in a sleek white fiberboard box, wrapped and put on a wooden pallet, and then wheeled out to wait for trucks. The manufacture of the iPhone has made diverse social impacts on Chinese society. Because Chinese workers have higher efficiency in assembling iPhones, Apple gives out many manufacturing jobs in China. Since China has lots of people who are in a struggle for jobs, the manufacture of the iPhone increases China's employment to some extent. However, since the Chinese factories have to ensure efficiency in assembling iPhones, the jobs offered by those factories are often very stressful. More than 10 people committed suicide in Foxconn during 2010. Most of them did so because of the high pressure in the factory. They always need to work overtime, in total working hours of 12 per day, to meet the demand of manufacturing iPhones, which made them exhausted. Therefore, while the manufacturing of the iPhone gives employment to the Chinese people, it also generates negative effects that should not be neglected. After the iPhone is fully assembled and ready to be sold, it is shipped to Cupertino, California, for packaging, and then all the products are shipped to Apple distribution centers all around the globe. In countries like Australia, China, the Czech Republic, Japan, Singapore, the UK, and the US, using mostly FedEx Boeing 777s shipped from Shenzhen. More than half of Apple stores are in the United States, and half in the other 24 countries. This means that the most iPhones or any other Apple products are flown to the United States. China is the biggest supplier for the iPhone, with more than 300 companies that supply iPhone's components. The second one is Japan, with more than 100 companies. The third one is the US, with over 50 companies in the iPhone supply chain. There are also some suppliers in Europe and South America. Apple does not need to advertise because of their loyal fan base. Apple know about their brand value, so iPhone is not advertised everywhere around the world. It is distributed to a lot of countries around the globe. Apart from the countries that receive an advertisement for the phone, Argentina, Colombia, and Chile in South America, Norway, Sweden, and Finland in Europe, South Africa in Africa, Russia, Turkey, and India in Asia, and New Zealand and Oceania are notable countries that officially sell iPhone. What Apple do with used iPhone? iPhone is mostly recycled locally, a cost-effective way to protect the local environment, as well as lower the cost of recycling. Therefore, the countries where the distributions of iPhones take place also participate in the recycling of the phone. Apple cares a lot about recycling, and it believes that improving the environmental performance of its business starts with the product. The ultra-compact design of the iPhone enables material efficiency, reducing the energy consumed during production and material waste generated after the iPhone's life cycle. Also, the iPhone is mostly made of aluminum, a material that is easier to recycle than plastic, which is not very environmentally friendly. The recycling of iPhone has caused a little negative ecological impact on society. Because the iPhone and its packaging have an ultra-compact design and environmental-friendly material use, the phone is ideal for recycle, and it generates little waste to the environment after the product life. In addition, Apple offers and takes part in several product take-back and recycling programs in 95% of the regions where the iPhone is sold, minimizing the negative ecological effect in the local regions. I hope, after watching this video, you now know how your favorite Apple product are made. Comment your favorite feature of iPhone. If you want to see more technology-related news, keep watching my videos. If you like this video, press the like button and also share it with your friends.